Roll call, please.
Is your mic on? Is your mic on? Is your mic on?
My mic is,
Yeah.
roll call.
Citizen comments.
Citizens' comments. Are there any citizens wishing to speak? Everyone wishing to speak has 5 minutes. Provide your name and address, please, for the record before making your comments.
I'm joined here tonight with my colleagues from Silver Lake Protection Association to encourage you to vote in favor of the resolution forming the Silver Lake Management District. It's a later agenda item for you. We, the Silver Lake Protection Association, sponsored and then submitted a petition to the Kenosha County Clerk on July 12th that was signed by over 80% of those properties that lie within the boundary of the proposed district. State law requires only 51%, so we exceeded the amount by quite a bit. We need a lake district formed on Silver Lake to battle against the invasion of Eurasian water milfoil, which has taken over the lake. Forming the lake district will provide a much-needed ongoing financial and institutional resources. The Silver Lake Management District will only include and only tax the privately owned lakefront properties. Publicly owned shoreline properties, such as Silver Lake County Park, is not officially included in the Lake District and will not be required to pay into the Lake District. But Kenosha County will be able to appoint one of 5 commissioners to the Lake District Board. The Lake District will clearly benefit us, the property owners, but other beneficiaries also include the thousands who use the beach at Silver Lake County Park, the dozens of boaters who launch at the 3 public boat launches each week, and the local businesses that benefit from the tens of thousands of boaters, fishermen, swimmers, beachgoers, and other visitors who use Silver Lake each year. And as you all are aware, lake districts are not new. There are over 200 lake districts in Wisconsin, including almost all of our neighboring lakes: Paddock Lake, Twin Lakes, Hooker Lake, Center Camp Lake, Lake George, Powers Lake, and the list goes on. Most of these existing lake districts were created decades ago by your predecessors on the Kenosha County Board. It is for these reasons that we ask the Kenosha County Board of Supervisors to pass a resolution to form the Silver Lake Management District so the Lake District can then act to preserve and protect the wonderful resource that is Silver Lake for generations to come. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Karen Erb. I live at 204 West North Street in Silver Lake. I'm not a lakefront property owner, but I do live in the village, and my husband owns a business fixing boats, and the lake is really important to us. You know how before your health insurance company will give you permission for surgery, they ask you to try therapy? Well, we've tried all the therapy we can think of to raise money to keep our lake healthy. We've sold t-shirts, held raffles, held silent auctions. I don't even think a bake sale would make any difference. That's why over 82% of our lakefront owners have agreed to be taxed to get the job done. We are now asking you to approve this new Silver Lake Management District. Silver Lake is the lake where you, the county, has chosen to maintain a large park and beach. The district is not going to cost the county government a penny, but certainly the health of this lake is critical to the economic health of the county. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other citizens? Any other citizens? Seeing none, citizens' comments are closed. I have a few announcements to make. The green folders on your desk are the 7 county executive appointments for the Racial and Ethnic Equity Commission. When Reggie reads the names, I'll have her read all the names, and then we'll refer them all at one time, if that's okay with the board. Also, Supervisor Jeff Wamble, his charity is the Life Initiative, Combating Human Trafficking, freedomislife.org. If you want to know any more information about it, talk to Jeff Wamble, but I'm donating $200 to his charity. And the Youth and Governance tonight is on my right. John Cargill is in attendance. So we'll move on to Supervisor Reports. Supervisor Grady.
Chairman, it was earlier this month that we had our monthly meeting of Public Works, and as you can imagine, it's quite a busy time throughout the entire arena, the spectrum that we cover. I can start off by saying that the building here that we're in, we have a heat pump replacement. This is phase 3 of, I believe, 4. That's going along pretty well, and it should be finished up this fall. Also down in this area, or excuse me, KCDC, which is a detention center, we have the exterior sealants, which is wrapping up. That's kind of an advanced caulking for the panels that are the cement panels that construct that building. And a piping and coupling project will be finished up as well this fall. More downtown here, we have our contractors working on securing the area and fixing up from the instability last August. We have the demolition project, which you've seen here to our west, being done. That'll be additional parking lot area. Of note, we have at the detention center as well an HVAC planned roof replacement units. It turned out there's a total of 7 that need to be done. Our budget only allowed for 5 this year, so we're taking care of the 5 most urgent cooling and air conditioning units on top of that building. And then at Kemper, we have a little bit of minor water infiltration that is being addressed this year as well. As far as parks go, very, very busy. You've probably been to some of them. Continued work on Veterans Park on the west end is progressing as planned. You may have seen the riverbank and erosion control that's going on at Pets, quite a substantial amount of earth moving there, and a whole slew of summertime activities. When it comes to highways, especially busy there, you're going to see a resolution before you this evening, stormwater easement, and that's the corner of County Highway S and H, so that'll be coming before you momentarily. And then just all the other construction projects, we have Highway S, which is ongoing. That's the big project in addition to Highway 50. And that should be wrapped up in the fall of this year. We're a little bit, I guess you'd say, annoyed or concerned that that last little leg that is on Highway S adjacent to the frontage road right by there where the new culverts is put in, they're still not completing that. So I've been asking our department to communicate with the contractor and see if we can get that thing pushed along a little bit quicker. County F, improvements on the west end. It's just only all the substantial work is done, just some punch list things to do. Bike wayfinding is going along. I've not had any real updates on there other than to say that they're progressing and they're leaving the poles long, Mark, and then when they put the signage on, they'll cut them off. So see these big, tall, maybe 14, 15-foot poles, like, who's going to read a sign up there? No, they don't do it that way. They put the sign at the appropriate height, lop off the top of the pole. So that's where we're at with that. Other things I've reported on before, not too much more to bring up other than that on the south end of County Highway H, 93rd, we're doing some infrastructure improvements required by the Kroger warehouse development. And again, it's basically the developer and the tenant, the new property owner down there, that's going to be paying the money for this. We're just kind of the administrator, making sure that it gets all done properly. Highway 50, as you know, is torn up, and all the way to the county line, Walworth County. Big infrastructure work there with the piping that's going through for the natural gas. And for the golf, everything is doing quite well. If not record amount of golf rounds, close to it. Doing very well with the public relations aspect, as I am told, that people are happy to go out and be playing golf there. It's a good report. Big sale coming up. I believe it's this weekend or next weekend for all varieties of clubs. If you want details, let me know. And I think that's about it for Public Works. Thank you.
Thank you. Supervisor Berg.
For anybody that would like to attend or know veterans that have young kids, on September 19th, I'm organizing a Veteran Family Fair, September 19th, 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. at the Moose Lodge on 30th Avenue. It's going to be free food, raffle, petting zoo, face painting, and another painting event for kids and adults to take part of. So if you got any questions, feel free to ask. I will also have flyers to pass later on. Thank you.
Supervisor Gens.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. This week we got some great news. AAA, absolutely unbelievably fantastic. Set the course, make a plan, work the plan. For me, it's been a 13-year journey. Former chairs that have kept the ball moving: Ron Frederick, Dennis Elverman, Terry Rose, Joe Clark, Mark Molinaro, Ed Kubicki, Kim Brunig, Dan Esposito, and now this current board. Jim Cruiser and the administration deserve credit as well. When some have questioned bonding practices, management best practices, not raiding the general fund, we've stayed the course. What does AAA mean? Saving money for the citizens of Kenosha County, our constituents. When we pass budgets that raise taxes a couple of dollars a month, we do our best to keep that as low as possible. We all agonize over that. And this year, with everything factored in, I believe we could see a reduction from last year. A AAA rating saves thousands upon thousands upon thousands of dollars for our constituents. Only 7 of 72 counties can make this claim in the state. They could say they're AAA, and now we're one of those. We're elite. We're in the elite of the counties in our state. Every supervisor in this room should be super, 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 super proud that we have reached this goal, a AAA rating. I want to read just a couple things out of the report that I read. The rating also reflects our county's very strong reserves with additional levy capacity to provide a cushion in the event of budgetary stress, improved financial management to what we consider very strong levels after it implemented sophisticated long-term financial projections, an adequate debt profile with participation in a well-funded state pension plan. Two other quick things. The county has experienced sizable growth recently. Equalized value, excluding incremental value associated with TID districts, has grown by 32% in the last 5 years. Our tax base is very diverse, and this is one of the best accomplishments that we can see in our time, our county getting this AAA rating. I'm proud of this board. I'm proud of everybody who's worked to get here, and we should congratulate ourselves on that. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Supervisor Boyd Frederick.
Yes. Outside of what's on the agenda this evening, Judiciary and Law had a long discussion when it came to the exempt employees with the Sheriff's Department and correction employees on their salaries. This discussion went for a couple hours, and we asked staff for more information, and it will be continuing at our meeting on September 1st as well.
That's it? Thank you.
That's it.
Any other supervisor reports? Seeing none, we'll move on to county executive appointments.
County Executive Appointments, 24, Brian Martinez to serve on the Kenosha County Racial and Ethnic Equity Commission. Appointment 25, Tyler Arnaz to serve on the Kenosha County Racial and Ethnic Equity Commission. Braden Backer to serve on the Kenosha County Racial and Ethnic Equity Commission. 27, Justin Crosby to serve on the Kenosha County Racial and Ethnic Equity Commission. 28, Elizabeth Garcia to serve on the Kenosha County Racial and Ethnic Equity Commission. 29, Mimi Yang to serve on the Kenosha County Racial and Ethnic Equity Commission. 30, Darrell Green to serve on the Kenosha County Racial and Ethnic Equity Commission.
We'll refer all those names to the Executive Committee.
County Board Chairman appointments. 1, Supervisor Sharon Palmaville to serve on the Racial and Ethnic Equity Commission.
Refer to Executive Committee.
2, Supervisor Daniel Gashke to serve on the Racial and Ethnic Equity Commission.
Refer to Executive Committee.
Resolution, one reading, Resolution 36 from the Human Services Committee, a resolution to appoint Dr. Dominique Pritchett to the Kenosha County Board of Health. From the Human Services Committee, Rose I, Gully I, Beth I, Decker I, Lewis I, Berg and Belsky excused.
Supervisor Rose.
To serve on this committee. She holds a PhD in psychology. She is a practicing counselor and therapist in this community. She has been licensed to practice psychology for some 13 years in the state of Wisconsin. She is very interested in this and brings a perspective of a mental health professional to the Board of Health, which will add something to the Board of Health. We recommend your approval this evening.
We'll have a second by Supervisor Beth on that, okay? Any discussion? All those in favor? Aye. Any nays? Yes. Noted. Want to be on there?
I need it on so they can hear me. Okay. Resolution 37 from Judiciary and Law Enforcement Committee, a resolution to approve the 2021 Stein Farms Cabaret license. From Judiciary and Law Enforcement Committee, Boyd Frederick I, Palmaville I, Wambold I, Nordigan I, Rose I, Gully I, Belsky excused.
Supervisor Frederick.
Move Resolution 37.
Moved by Supervisor Frederick, second by Supervisor Palmville. Supervisor Frederick.
This is for a regular cabaret license for Stein Farms. The police report came back with no issues, and there should be nothing stopping this license from going through.
Any discussion? No, we'll have a vote. All those in favor? Aye. Any nays? Hearing.
Resolution 38 from the Judiciary and Law Enforcement and Finance and Administration Committees, a resolution 2021 Law Enforcement Justice Assistant Grant, JAG Award. From Judiciary and Law Enforcement Committee, Boyd Frederick I, Palmaville I, Wambold I, Nordigan I, Rose I, Gully I, Belsky excused. From Finance and Administration Committee, Gentz I, Ron Frederick I, Wambold I, Kubicki I, Franco I, Uhas I, Celebrity excused.
Supervisor Boyd Frederick.
Move Resolution 38.
Then move by Supervisor Frederick, second by Supervisor Gens. Supervisor Frederick.
This is a $14,577 Justice Assistant Grant, which has been split 60-40 with the City of Kenosha for a true speed laser speed device, which will be used for measuring severe crashes and crime scene. This will not be, there'll be no matching funds needed for this at all, so nothing from the levy.
Any discussion? Seeing none, this takes a two-thirds vote. We'll have a roll call vote.
Resolution passes 22 yes.
Okay.
Resolution 39, from the Planning, Development, and Extension Education Committee, a resolution to approve the appointment of Robert W. Mary to serve on the Kenosha County Land Information Council. From the Planning, Development, and Extension Education Committee, Gashke, aye. Mauer, aye. Beth, aye. Nudo, nay. Rodriguez, excused.
Supervisor Gashke.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I move Resolution 39.
Been moved by Supervisor Gashke, second by Supervisor Mauer. Supervisor Gashke.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Mr. Mary has served on this committee in the past. He would be replacing himself in the same role. He has an excellent attendance record, 11 out of 11 of the last meetings, and we would urge your support to allow him to continue to serve on the Land Information Council tonight. Thank you.
Thank you. Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor, aye?
Aye.
Any nay? Motion passes.
Resolution 40, from the Planning, Development, and Extension Education Committee, a resolution requesting approval of the formation of a Silver Lake Management District within Kenosha County pursuant to Wisconsin Statute 33.25. From Planning, Development, and Extension Education Committee, Gashke, aye. Mauer, aye. Beth, aye. Nudo, aye. Rodriguez, excused.
Supervisor Gashke.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I move Resolution 40.
Moved by Supervisor Gashke, second by Supervisor Nudo. Supervisor Gashke on the motion.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. As we heard tonight during citizens' comments, the formation of the Silver Lake Management District has overwhelming support, not only from the local landowners, but from others within the Salem Lakes area. This is, from my perspective, a win-win for both the local landowners to be able to manage and maintain their own area, as well as a win for the county residents and other users that utilize this lake. Again, there was an overwhelming amount of support for this. Our committee heard absolutely no opposition from anybody, and we would ask for your support tonight.
Thank you. Supervisor Rodriguez, you have your mic on.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Through the chair to Supervisor Decker, the supervisor for the lake, what is your opinion on this, if I may ask? Or have you heard anything from other constituents that may have not been able to attend one of the meetings?
I can't understand him. What? Rodriguez, are you done?
He wants
Decker,
Decker.
you want to talk, Supervisor Decker?
My mic's, there we go, it wasn't on. I have been in contact with several people that are in favor of it. I just actually received an email from a property owner that I know personally that bought a rehab house, has spent unbelievable amount of money on rehabbing this house that's beautiful now, and he does not live in the area, and he wants it also. He realizes that the value of all the properties on the lake will go up because of this, and I agree with it. I did initially, back when it was at Salem Lakes, have a few people contact me with questions, concerns. Since then, I've contacted them. They have not asked me any more questions or told me they have issues. So the group sitting behind me did, in my opinion, an excellent job of reaching out to the community and answering any questions or concerns that they may have. They worked very hard on this. I initially had some concerns, met with them, and my concerns are all gone because of the answers and the research and the hard work they have put in for over a year.
Thank you. That's all. Thank you, Mr. Chair. Thank you, Supervisor Decker.
Thank you. Any other discussion?
Mr. Chair. There is one slight amendment, just a typographical amendment that I would propose. It's the fourth whereas. It currently is written, the Village of Silver Lake approved, and that should simply be changed to the Village of Salem Lakes, the Village of Salem Lakes. And so I would propose that amendment before we vote on this.
That's something.
The fourth whereas, as it passed our committee, the fourth whereas says the Village of Silver Lake approved. 1, 2, 3.
I have it in front of me. I don't see what he is seeing.
Number 4.
Number
Whereas,
Number 4, we have whereas on August 9th, 2021, the Village of Salem Lakes approved the inclusion of its territory within the proposed district. Is that what you,
Perhaps Corporation Counsel could shed some light on this. There seems to be a difference between what our committee has and what the board has.
I believe that I understand where the confusion is. Unless there are more than one versions, which is certainly possible, I'm looking at the one that's currently online, and what we're actually looking at is on the second page of the resolution, under where it says, whereas the committee does hereby submit the following report and findings. That fourth point says the Village of Silver Lake and should read the Village of Salem Lakes.
we have to make an amendment to do that.
I think it can be done by unanimous consent if no one objects.
All right. Is everybody in agreement with that? Seeing none, we'll do it that way. Okay? All right. Any other discussion? If not, we'll take a vote. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any nays? Motion carries. Thank you.
Resolution 41, from the Public Works and Finance and Administration Committees, a resolution to grant a stormwater easement to North Point Kenosha Industrial LLC as part of the County Trunk Highway S project, County Detention Basin. From the Public Works and Facilities Committee, Grady, I. Franco, I. Rodriguez, I. Nudo, I. Palmaville, I. Berg, I. Belsky, excused. From the Finance and Administration Committee, Gentz, I. Ron Frederick, I. Wambold, I. Kubicki, I. Franco, I. Uhas, I. Celebrate, excused.
Supervisor Grady.
Move resolution number 41.
Moved by Supervisor Grady, seconded by Supervisor Gentz. Supervisor Grady.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. As talked about earlier, this is a proposed easement for the intersection, at least a portion of the intersection of County H and County S, and it reflects the idea of trying to make the stormwater be less of an issue than it could be potentially. So if you read in the second whereas, it originally had been determined that this should go into a catchment basin. But on further review, engineering studies and so forth, they decided that rather than overload, or at least potentially overload, this catchment basin, they would do it into a ditch, and that would be a more suitable way for the water to exit. That's the only significant thing that I see in this particular document. It's been gone over past committee. We ask your approval this evening. Thank you.
Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Any nays? Carried. Thank you.
Resolution 42, from the Finance and Administration Committee, a resolution authorizing and providing for the sale and issuance of $11,890,000 general obligation highway improvement bonds, Series 2021B, and all related details. From Finance and Administration Committee, Gentz, I. Ron Frederick, I. Wambold, I. Kubicki, I. Franco, I. Uhas, I. Celebrate, I.
Supervisor Gentz.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I move Resolution 42.
Moved by Supervisor Gentz, second by Supervisor Ron Frederick. Supervisor Gentz.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. So for this item, the notes portion, we got 6 bids, and the lowest was 0.8992%, less than 1%. We were able to, because of the low rate, we were able to reduce the debt issue by $165,000, and our savings from what we projected to this point is $703,000. So we had 6 bids on these notes, with the winning bid going to Piper Sandler and Company in Minneapolis, Minnesota. The committee passed this unanimously, and we ask for your support.
Correction. I need to make a correction. On listing the supervisors that voted for it, Supervisor Celebrate was excused.
Any discussion on the motion? If not, we're going to take a roll call vote.
Supervisor Decker has a question.
Decker?
Yes.
Yes, I noticed on the sale day report that it's the rating companies are S&P Global Ratings, AAA, and Fitch Ratings, AA+. I don't see the Fitch report in here. Is there a reason why that wasn't included?
Out by Ellers, they can get anybody who wants a copy of it, a copy. We found that out at our meeting when we were looking for it too. So if you would like a copy, we can have that sent to you.
Yes, an email is fine if that's,
Thank you.
thank you.
We'll take care of that.
Okay.
Yes, 2 no. Resolution 43 from the Finance and Administration Committee, a resolution authorizing and providing for the sale and issuance of $15,445,000 general obligation promissory notes, Series 2021A, and all related details. From the Finance and Administration Committee, Gantz, I. Ron Frederick, I. Wamble, I. Kubicki, I. Franco, I. Uhas, I. Celebrity excused.
Supervisor Gens.
Move Resolution 43, Mr. Chairman.
Moved by Supervisor Gens, second by Supervisor Yahoo. Supervisor Gens. On the motion.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, I think. So with the 20-year bonds, we had 3 bids. The winner was Morgan Stanley and Company out of New York. They came in at 1.7988, which is obviously less than 2%. So less than 2% and less than 1% for our notes and bonds that we went out. We did save by the low rate another $165,000. We bonded less, so that number would be $11,890,000. Our savings over projection, our cost savings over projections was $2,108,100. So we saved total savings of about $2.8 million with our AAA rating and with our going out to bid today. So we had 87,000 and 211. So with that, the committee passed it unanimously, and we would ask for, other than the excusing of Supervisor Celebrity, we would ask for your support. Thank you.
Any discussion? Supervisor Nudo?
Yeah, I have a question. I believe you say that we saved, I'm sorry, I missed the number, 700 and some thousand from the projections. But what are the savings from a AA plus to a AAA?
That's a great question, Supervisor Zanuno. We saved $87,000 on our upgrade from a AA to AAA on the notes, and we saved $211,000 on our bonds from the AA1 to AAA. So we saved about $300,000 just on our upgraded rating. That's just the start. So.
Okay.
Yep.
Any other questions?
No.
Rodriguez?
No, I'm okay. Thank you.
Okay. Everybody else? No other discussion? We'll have a roll call vote, please. Yes if you're in favor, no if you're not.
20 yes, 2 no. Resolution passes. Communications, 5, from Andy M. Bueller regarding future items scheduled before the Planning, Development, and Extension Education Committee.
Receive and file.
Claims, 10, Juliet Griffin, personal property loss.
Refer to Corporation Council.
11, Kit Stillwell, violation of rights and personal injury.
Refer to Corporation Council.
Approval of the July 20, 2021 minutes by Supervisor Franco.
Supervisor Franco.
Second.
Who was the second?
Against.
Against, okay. All those in favor, aye? Aye. Any nays? Motion to adjourn.
Rodriguez.